Hello everyone, welcome to my channel, and in today's session we are going to learn about Selenium WebDriver and its installation. So let's get started. So here is agenda for today's session. In today's session we'll cover overview of Selenium WebDriver, Selenium WebDriver Architecture, how to download and install Visual Studio, installation of Selenium WebDriver and Chrome driver Nuget packages. So just move on to next slide. So in this slide, we'll talk about overview of Selenium WebDriver. You know that Selenium is a test automation suite and it contains four components. So Selenium WebDriver is one of the most important component of Selenium test suite. The latest release Selenium 2.0 is integrated with a WebDriver API, which provides a simpler and more concise programming interface. So if you view below image, you will see the complete overview of Selenium WebDriver and its interrelationship with each and every component. So moving to next slide, Selenium WebDriver architecture. So in our earlier session, we briefly discussed about Selenium WebDriver architecture. So we'll just recap that session. So Selenium WebDriver provides API to communicate or facilitate the communication between programming languages and our web browsers. And there are four basic components of WebDriver architecture. So what are those four basic components of WebDriver architecture? So first one is Selenium Language Binding. Second one is JSON wire protocol. Third one is browser drivers, and fourth one is real web browsers. So what is Selenium Language Bindings? So Selenium Language Binding is nothing but Selenium developers have built a language binding, or we can say that Selenium Client Libraries, in order to support the multiple languages. It means we write a script in one of the language, but we still have a privilege to run the same script using or in a different language or different environment. So that will achieve through the Selenium language binding. Next is what is JSON wire protocol. So as you know, JSON is nothing but a JavaScript object notation, is an for standard for exchanging data on the webs. So here JSON wire protocols provide the transport mechanism to transfer the data between server and client. Means it will send the request to the server and take the response back from server and share it with the client. So this will work as a kind of postman or transport mechanism this way. So what is browser drivers? So as you know, Selenium uses a driver, and each driver is allocated to a specific browser in order to establish the secure connection between the browser without revealing our internal logic of browser functionality, how browser works. Or so through this Selenium API we can interact with the browsers. So how it will interact? So browsers drivers will send a request to the web browsers. So browser will accept those commands. It will work on that commands. It will generate the output and send response back to the drivers. So over the HTTP server. So like this way this will work. So now we'll discuss about how to download and install Visual Studio. So why we need Visual Studio? As our session is all about Selenium with C#. So as we need to do C# programming, so we and good idea for C# is Visual Studio. So we'll perform some steps to download and install the Visual Studio. So here I listed few steps. So first we'll go with the steps and we'll do it practically. First we need to visit the Visual Studio Microsoft.com download site, and there we need to download the community edition of Visual Studio. Why community? Because it's free, open source and perfect IDE. So once we download that IDE, we'll see in our download folder Visual Studio Setup exe file. So double click on that file to start our installation. So once you click on that, it will ask to run the exe. So just click on run button. So once you click on run button, you will see one pop-up where it will ask to accept the license and agreement. So just select that, accept those license and agreement, and click on install. So installation will take some time, so wait for installation. So once the installation is completed, so next step we just need to go to Windows search and simply type Visual Studio, so and open it. So once you first time open the Visual Studio, it will ask to launch the Visual Studio. So once you launch, you will be on the project template page. So we'll see this practically how it will work. First we need to visit this site. visualstudio.microsoft.com download. Once you visit this site, you will see the Visual Studio exe file download option. So we have three edition. One is community, so it's powerful idea and free of cost. We no need to purchase any license for this. We have professional and enterprises, so we are using. So once you click on download, you will see like the exe file download like this way. You just need to double click on this, so it will ask to run that exe, and then once installation all process completed, or like second last step, we need to go to Windows search and type Visual Studio. So like this way, here you need to type Visual Studio and click open it. So once you launch the Visual Studio, first time it will ask to launch Visual Studio on start page. So once we install the Visual Studio, our next step is we need to install Selenium WebDriver and Chrome driver. So to install Selenium WebDriver and Chrome driver, first we need to create a project. So we can create any project, whether it's a console app project or any unit project, MSTET project or test project, whatever it may be. It's like we can create any project. And then we need to perform some steps to install the Selenium WebDriver and Chrome driver. So first we'll create the project. So to create project, click on create a new project. It will open a project template. So here we'll see the various template. Here you can see the project template. So you can choose any project template. So here I'm going to use console app and clicking on next. Give the meaningful name to the project. Test automation. I am using project name as a test automation. And just click on next and click on create project. So it will take some time to create a project. So meanwhile we'll go through the few steps after project creations what we need to do. So once our project created, we'll see the various tabs in that Visual Studio open window. So in that we'll see one of the tab called as tools. So we have to click on that tools. Then we'll have to select Nuget package manager option, and then manage Nuget package for your solution. Once you click on that, it will open a Nuget package window. In that window, we will have a search box. So in that search box, just type Selenium WebDriver and wait for results. So once you get Nuget package result, select Selenium WebDriver package and install it. So once installation generated, it will generate the output log. Similar way, you can repeat the same steps. Just search for Chrome driver. Once a Nuget package loaded, select Chrome driver package and click on install it. Or other way, you can directly download it from Selenium website. So we'll see it practically how we can achieve this. So here our project got created. We need to click on this tools tabs. Here you are able to see tools tab. Then we have Nuget package manager option. In this also we have various options. Then we need to click on manage Nuget package for your solution. This is the one way, and we have another way to install it. Right click on our solution, project solution. Here we have option manage Nuget package. It will open the same window. So here in that window you will see the three options. One is browse. Through this window we can search Nuget package managers, and then we can install it. Then install. Here you will see the install packages and updates. It will show if some packages have some updates, so we'll see those packages under update tab. So as we are doing it first time, so we need to install Selenium WebDriver package. So to install that, we'll have to type selenium.webdriver, or simply Selenium we can type. Here it loaded few Nuget packages. Select Selenium WebDriver package and click on install. So it will take some time to install the package. So accept this pop-up and wait for installation. So once the installation is completed, it will show the installation completed, and we'll see finish message. And here you can see again install turned into uninstall. And if you go to install tab, you will see the recently installed package which we just installed. Now we need to install Chrome driver. So to install Chrome driver, just type selenium.webdriver.chrome driver and install Chrome driver package. Accept the pop-up. Again, it will generate the log once the installation is completed, and this install button turn into uninstall, means our installation completed successfully. Okay, and you can see the same under install as well. So now if you see this install tab, you are seeing two packages which we just installed. We'll go to our and we'll now generate a very simple program. It will launch the Chrome browser and it will open the google.com URL. So how we'll do that? To launch any browser, we need to create an instance of that browser. So how we can create that? So in our yesterday's session, or we discussed about iWebDriver interface. So as iWebDriver interface is one of the most important interface and is directly deals with the browsers. So to create an instance of any browser, we'll have to create instance of that driver. So here I am using iWebDriver driver and I need to open Chrome driver. So I'll use Chrome driver. Here you are seeing some errors because we haven't provided any Selenium references. So first we need to add those references. To add it, you can simply mouse over on this error, and here we'll get some suggestions. So just using openqa.selenium. Similar way for Chrome also, use openqa.selenium.chrome. So now you will not see any error. Now we'll have to launch the browser. So to launch that browser, we have some methods. Driver, first we'll use the driver instance, then navigate. This navigate method is used to navigate through the browser, and here we have to launch any URL. Then we'll use go to URL and pass the URL. google.com. To see the output, I will just use the thread.slip and we'll wait for 5 seconds, and then finally we'll close the driver. So our program is completed. Now I'm building it. Once built successful, we'll run this program. If everything goes well, our installation happened correctly, then we'll see the success status, like our Chrome driver browser will get launched and it will enter the URL google.com. If something fails, then we'll see the error. So let's see how it goes. Hope it should launch the Chrome browser and enter the URL google.com. Okay, it's running. So far so good. So Chrome, you are seeing here Chrome driver was started successfully, means no errors of the Chrome, and once the browser launch it to the URL google.com. Okay, fine. It launched the browser. Good, and it entered the URL. Okay, so our program executed successfully. There, no error. So once this steps is done, so we can perform many operation like refresh the URL, browser window, or maximize it or minimize it, or we can capture the URL, we can capture the source code, we can get the page title, or we can pass the value to the application, we can perform select, check, uncheck, various operation. So we'll cover all this topic in our next session. So till then, stay tuned for next session. Thank you.